Hi everyone, it's Valor from Online Combat Battalion with another video tutorial for you in the Eden editor. I've had quite a few people, a few viewers ask about using AI support, CAS strikes, artillery strikes, etc. So I'll show you how to do that. That's actually pretty easy to do. No scripting required at all. So obviously you'll need to open up whatever map you're using. This one's called Roche, Germany. It's a really nice forested map, not many hills, nice and flat. So I've placed down a playable unit. I've also got enemy AI pretty much all over the place, but the ones I'm interested in for this tutorial are these guys. Okay, so they're about 400 meters away from me. Now to place our supports down, we go to Systems, down to Supports, and the first thing we need to select is a support requester. Okay, what that's going to do is enable supports for whatever player that we're syncing this to. So we'll connect and sync to the support requester so that your player and the requester are linked together. Next thing we're going to do is go down here and we're going to select Bombing Run Virtual. CAS Attack Helicopter Virtual, and let's do a supply drop as well, and we might do Artillery Virtual as well. So this one will provide you with an AI CAS aircraft, fixed wing, to attack a target. This one will provide an AI helicopter to attack. This one will do a supply drop, and this one will provide artillery. I'll show you how these work, but first all of these need to be synced. So right click, connect, sync to the support requester. So now all of these supports via the requester, which is synced to our player, will be available to that player. One thing to note is, because these are virtual, they will spawn, for example, a CAS bombing run aircraft. If it's placed there on the map, the CAS aircraft will spawn directly above it. So if you want to not ruin your immersion, you probably want these to be a little bit far away. We might move the artillery one back here, but we might move the virtual bombing run a fair bit away. It really doesn't matter. You can go into this view to move those around. That's the artillery, that's fine. Supply drop, that's okay. And the helicopter will move away a little bit as well. So all those supports are now available to this player. Now I'll show you how that works. You'll need to sit through a little tiny intro of the mission that I'm making, because you'll hear that a radio message will come across saying supports are now available, and a message in text at the bottom left hand side of the screen that will tell you the same thing, that supports are now available, and that message will only appear for the players that have those supports.
Be advised, support units are now on standby. Out.
And there's the message. So that's basically saying to you that any player synced to the support requester is able to use those supports. Just wait for the intro to finish, and then we'll get straight into showing you how they work. Okay, so our supports are available to this player. He's patrolling along and he sees a bunch of enemy. Now he's on his own. He doesn't have the capability to take on all those guys by himself. Let's bring up our binoculars, and we can see that that's a fairly decent sized group compared to what I have, and there's more out there. So me trying to take those guys on my own is crazy. So we're going to use a CAS strike aircraft. So on your keyboard press 0, then 8, then CAS bombing run number 3. and then you can select the type of aircraft that you want to have to do the strike. So I'm going to select an F-18 Black Wasp 2, and I'm going to select an unguided bomb because I'm not using a laser designator.
Requesting immediate airstrike at the transmitted coordinates. Over.
Copy that. Strike aircraft on the way.
You have the aircraft will spawn wherever the requester was put. So, and that wasn't too far behind me. So that aircraft will now do a few laps around to ensure that it can get onto the target properly. That's why it's probably better to have the support requester way off to the edge of a map, so that it can come in and do a pretty quick run straight away and drop a bomb. It also adds to the immersion a little bit if the aircraft comes from a fair distance away rather than straight over the top of your heads. So we'll just wait for the aircraft to get itself sorted out so we can get on the correct track for a strike. And you'll see that the AI enemy are now hitting panic stations because there's an aircraft up there that's not friendly. Believe me, it is coming.
Payload delivered.
Yep, and here we've got the strike. Boom. Okay, so that's most of your bad guys taken out. Let's make sure, well, there's a few that are still alive. So we'll press 0 again, 8. We'll select artillery strike, and I'll select a Mark 6 mortar, HE shells, and let's drop 5 HE
Requesting
shells.
immediate fire support at the designated coordinates. Over.
Target location received. Ordnance is inbound.
If you open your map at the moment, it'll show you where those shells will land and an ETA in seconds of how long it will take them to get onto target. Now remember, I placed that fairly close,
Rounds complete. Out.
and you had our AI gunner over there firing the mortar. As soon as their salvos are fired, they will despawn.
Flash. Out.
And we'll wait. There we go. Now keep in mind, the longer the distance between the artillery and the target, the greater the spread will be. That was a fairly close spread of maybe 25 meters or so. Now I'll show you how to use the supply drop. It's very much the same. So we want it here, 0, 8. Oh, we didn't put supply in. Never mind. Okay, I'll show you the helicopter. So over there we know we've got some more bad guys. Where exactly, I don't know. They seem to have moved. Oh, there we go. We've got a couple on the map. So you can actually use the map as well. So if you hover your cursor over the area, press 0, press 8, CAS attack helicopter, and we'll select an AH-64.
Requesting close air support at the designated
Close
location.
map.
Over.
Roger. Coordinates received. CAS is inbound.
And
Out.
here's our chopper. And that'll fly over, and the AI will automatically engage the enemy on the ground and take them out. The only thing you've got to keep note of is that Bohemia, when they made this game and they made the supports, they're not very reliable. They may stop working during the course of the mission and they may not be available. That's just one of the things that happens, and there are ways around resetting that that I might show you in another tutorial. But that's a basic tutorial on how to use the support systems. If you've got any further questions, let me know. And you can hear now the chopper's actually engaging targets out there. So if you've enjoyed this, give us a like, subscribe, share with your mates, and a comment maybe. Thanks for watching.